corner pass. I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the fuck up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juice pumping, boys.
All right, welcome. Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs postgame show. Lions lose 30-17 in Arrowhead to the Chiefs, who are now 3-3 on the year. Lions fall to 4-2. Just as I would say overall, just ugly performance. Offensively, defensively, the Chiefs have been winning, playing complimentary football.
Oh, there's a fight.
Oh,
My
no.
God.
And there's a fight on the screen.
Game. Who is that?
Somebody's getting
There's
suspended.
a fight on the
Who is
screen.
that? I see one player.
This is
right there. Who
unacceptable.
that
I'm
player?
going to be honest. This is Dan Campbell. He's going to be chewed.
Someone's on the ground right now. They need to get him up. Who is that?
Oh,
Who is that?
I think it's Kirby.
No. Who is that? Number 12, it looks like. I could be wrong.
Harper.
Who is that?
Looks like it's Harper, I think.
What is going on right now?
That is a big dude in the middle of all that. Holy fuck.
I don't want to say, allegedly, I'm going to say 12. It looked like it was. But.
Okay, there was apparently a big brawl.
Holmes was at the bottom of the pile as well. In some type of brawl. Can't do that, man. You can't lose and have that.
That's a bad look.
That's just too much.
I wonder who
you
was.
Shake hands and you leave. You can't end it on that. I'll say this though with this game, and you can make all the excuses. We've seen them. We've seen too many. Oh, here it is, right here. Brian Branch. Brian Branch ignores a handshake from Patrick Mahomes. Juju Smith-Schuster saying something. Oh, Brian Branch hits Juju. Oh, well, Juju
No, I mean still.
No, dude, I mean.
Yeah, so it's Brian Branch and Juju Smith.
Branch is going to get suspended, probably. Watch.
And then Brian Branch shows Juju.
Dude, Brian Branch
gets in there.
You wouldn't think, bro, he's like, you wouldn't expect that from Branch either.
No, I'm going to be honest, I would. He's got thrown out of the game.
By the way, like, he's in press conferences, you wouldn't like.
Brian Branch.
On the field, I'm going to be honest, I love Brian Branch. He gets into a lot of this type of shit.
Well, the Green Bay last year.
Green Bay getting thrown out of a game. I mean, punching Juju. What was that going to do, man? And punching him in the face.
Whatever he's saying to you, you lost.
He's gotten personal fouls this year. Like, come on, Brian.
I don't care. He could have said anything to you in the world.
Yeah. And
what the fuck is that going to do, man?
Do we?
I mean, you're doing this stupid shit, and this is honestly, I think it's obviously frustration because they did not play well today. They looked bad offensively. You are. I mean, I see it right here.
Okay, so we at least got okay. As long as they're still coming in, comments are. Yeah, no, you can't have that. And call a spade. I'll say this from the start, just to start a post game here. You can make an excuse on all penalties. Switch the momentum. Switch the momentum. This. You can make as many excuses if you want to try and be like, oh, well, the Lions should have won. You got just won. You got just out tough, like out toughness. Dude, yeah. Like the tough. They came out there and they were the dominant team from the jump. You got out coached defensively. Offensively, not great play calling. Some of the players on the field, you could tell, like there were guys who obviously Amon-Ra. That man has 10 plus catches and he's still making plays. Jared's playing Jared. There's just guys out there who just aren't making plays defensively. Like, I mean, you've got guys missing tackles just straight up, just one-on-one, just getting absolutely trucked, getting missing. That's toughness. That's like, do you want to win or not? Like mano. Who's tougher? Yeah, who's tougher? And you just got out tough today. And there should be no excuses. Like there should be no fans that are trying to make up any excuses about the refs or this or that. It is, I think, a collective as a unit for the Detroit Lions, players to coaches to everything, top down. Like this is just not a good performance. It felt like in the first half though, like it felt like they were fine. Like I think I told Jeff off to the side at the halftime, even though they were down 3, I was like, hey, I still feel like the Lions are still kind of in control of this football game. That was the vibe I got. But then once you got to the second half, the Chiefs started taking control and they just out-toughed you the whole second half. And there was a turning point and there was just no going back. And it's just on them at the end of the day. And then I don't want to be like, oh, this Lions team stink. This is still a top 5 team in football. The Chiefs are really, really good. Mm-hmm. And At the end of the day, you're just going to have
You
games
just didn't have your
like
best
that.
day, man.
And,
You
and
didn't
you're on
have
the
your best
road.
day.
You're on the road
You didn't
in
have your
Kansas
best
City.
day. It's bad. I mean,
and it makes as a fan, I get it because expectations now for the Lions is you win every single game. It's like this right now with the Eagles and Eagles fans. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Eagles have won like 22 of their last like 24, 25 games. They lose like 1 or 2 games. And people are like, oh my gosh, they suck. They're the worst. And guess what? They're going to be just fine. And it's like that in Detroit right now. It's like, hey, you win a lot of football games. You are going to have a game in primetime like this. You know how good right now that the Lions and Dan Campbell have been in primetime? They've lost like 2 games in primetime
I think
in 4 years.
What are they? Their last. So last year they were 15-2. They lost the playoff game. They're 4-1 this year. 4-2. What is that? 19 and
19-3.
Or I think with the playoff loss, I guess.
Yeah.
But
19
in
over
primetime,
their
you're
last
not
20.
used to this.
But I'm just saying,
so
look at what I get it.
It's just
I
more so.
understand.
It's like, hey, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
The sky is not falling. Like, this is a really good football team, and you're going to play another one next week, and there's a chance you can lose that game because that's a really good team. You expect to win them. You have beaten good teams this year. You just have to go out there, and you have to find a way to bounce back. And when it comes down to it, like, this is what Dan talked about at the beginning of the year when the schedule came out. Like, we're going to have battle wounds. Like, we are going to have losses that are going to teach us stuff. This is a big one. This is an absolute big one to where you're able to learn from it because this is a team you could play in the Super Bowl. And now you know, okay, this is what we need to expect.
I think personnel-wise, like, yes, they missed tackles. Yes, they're like Amon-Ra's dropping a ball on a 4th down. But, like, to your point, like in that first half, the Lions looked like they were hanging around. And there were even points in that early in the second half where the Lions were moving the ball down the field. It just came down to those halftime adjustments. I just think, truly, this game is a huge growing up moment for John Morton, Kelvin Shepherd. Because you're going up against Andy Reid, you're going up against Steve Spagnuolo, backs against the wall for them. Like, that's a must-win game. Jeff was saying it all through the whole game. Like, the Chiefs are the more dialed team. Like, they were not walking into this game and saying that, hey, we can't lose. Like, they were not walking away with a loss from this game. And Kelvin Shepherd and John Morton, like, they have not been in that situation before as a play caller. So for them, I just think it's like, hey, next week you're going up against Todd Bowles, another great defensive mind, and right now Tampa's rolling. But they're due for a loss, too. Like, that's still a new OC down there in Tampa Bay. Go down there, be able to – well, I think we're at home for that game, are we not?
Tampa? Yeah, it's home.
Yeah, so you're in Ford Field, rally, have a rebound week, head into the bye, blow the fucking brakes off Minnesota, and you'll be sitting pretty.
Call a spade a spade. Like, let's call it what it is. A lot of people in the chat, like, oh, like, you were supposed to win. These are games you have to win. Like, Lions aren't Super Bowl favorites. Shut up. Take a step back for a second. You weren't even favored to win this football game.
Yeah.
You were an underdog in this game. And you have no Lee McNeil yet. Jeff brought it up during the game. You're out literally 3 or 4 secondary players that actually produce for you. You have Branch is hurt. Kirby was hurt all week. You have no
and that's not excuses.
Tackle.
That's just reality. You're just naming facts.
Let me keep going. You have no left tackle. You have a rookie at right guard. Your Amon-Ra didn't practice for half of the week. Khalif Raymond just got hurt with the neck, and he's not in, and he's your wide receiver 3. I could keep going. Like, this, there's like boom, 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 boom. And I'm not going to make excuses because earlier I said you still have to compete, which I think tonight being a losing 10-point game on the road or 13-point game.
Yeah, 2
but
scores.
Like, you're in the game down the stretch, right? And you just get out toughed and you got out coached. But at the end of the day, like, people that are saying like the sky is falling, this isn't going to be good. Like, oh no, you were a underdog on the road in primetime versus Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. You were without half of your secondary. You had guys beat up. You don't have your best interior defensive lineman, and you don't have your left tackle. This isn't like a, oh my gosh, we're done. No, come on.
No, this is a statement.
You can't be mad. The only thing I'll be mad at is there were some effort plays that you lost out on.
It was a statement made by the Chiefs and not the Lions, in my opinion. Like, you can't be walking away from this game being like, Lions,
listen,
blow.
You know what I will say, though? And can we talk about this? I think this is fair because I agree with everything you guys are saying. Just to talk, I don't want to get away from the game. We'll still talk about the game. I say what I will say, and I want to know what people in the chat think of this. This Bucs game just became that much more important, not for any schedule purposes or record purposes, but for like narrative purposes. Because you cannot lose to the Bucs. And I know the Bucs are 5-1. They look really good. I know it sounds like crazy. It's like, what do you mean the Bucs are good? You can't lose that game.
Because they have the same.
No,
Abuka's just got hurt today. Godwin's hurt.
But to what you talked about,
you got to go out and get a win.
You got against what? A legit contender.
Yeah, you can't lose back-to-back.
Because then you lose. You'd have a Bucs loss, Chiefs loss, and a Packers loss on the year. And you've only wins. Your only wins would be the Bears Ravens are a good one. I'll give you that because they had Lamar and Derrick Henry healthy. Bengals and Browns. Like, that's tough.
And like,
you can't lose to the Bucs,
Schiff got put in
You
here. We
can't.
can't keep using the injury excuse forever. I agree, but to me, it's just more so a fact in today's game. Like, and it's not like a full excuse. Like, if you listen to me from this jump, you got outplayed. And I told you, Jeff, when you're bringing up the injuries, it was like, I really don't care as much about the injuries, but you did get outplayed at the end of the day. There's guys that you have to step up and you have to make those plays. One-on-one tackling, you got destroyed. You couldn't stop throwing in moments. Patrick Mahomes cut you up. It cut you up. So you don't want to use those as excuses, but that is a reality of the situation you're still in.
Yeah.
So you can't say this team is bad or you can't panic. This is a thing with losses, and I'm going to turn the chat off here in a minute because I can't. After a loss, I can't. I can't
cope
because I get it. It's nothing against the chat or the fan, but that's a fan base, right? Like, when you lose a game, you're going to have emotion and you're going to be upset about it. But then you got to be able to, just like the player, you got to be able to move on. You have to be able to move on. You do got to win next week.
They got to beat a Super Bowl. They got to beat a Super Bowl contender.
If they
have to. And the Bucs, I think, are the one right now. They have to beat one.
They lost to the Broncos, to the Chargers, to the Seahawks. I would have a completely different mood right now. But
which is fair.
This is like it happens. Like, if they lost to the Bills right now, you'd be like, okay, it happens. If they lost to the Eagles right now, you'd be like, okay, it happened. Like, this is a top 5 team in the NFL. It will, like, but when the season ends, we'll look back at this game and be like, yeah, that's the game that everybody knew the Chiefs were back because they're going to get Rashee Rice next week. This loss is not a bad loss.
I'm trying to find the.
This is the team when you look back on the season to be like, yeah, they're on the same tier with the Lions. It's not going to be. Hell, if they lost to the Rams right now, I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing? The 49ers, what the fuck are we doing? But that's the Chiefs, man. It is what it is. Yeah,
like, I think it's like, well, Booner it's what we all mutually agree. Both things can be true. They had injuries tonight, which isn't I'm not using an excuse. I'm just saying it's a fact. You're missing all these corners. It caught up to him. Obviously, Mahomes got whatever he wanted. The Liam needs to come back. That run defense got eaten up today. Late in the game, especially. They got outplayed on both sides of the ball. They did. They've been playing complimentary football all year. That was actually the opposite. It was anti-complimentary, what they just did. The offense was not the first drive actually was great because they burned all the time off the clock, helped their defense. But later in the game, they're going 3 and out. Defense is tired. They're coming back on the field. They're not playing complimentary football. It was a loss. They didn't look great. And what we know about Dan Campbell, and this is where I feel better than probably other teams in similar situations, is after a loss like this, he gets these guys dialed in. That's why I think they will beat the Bucs. I had it opposite. I thought they'd win this game and lose to the Bucs. Now it's like you got to win that Bucs game because of what Booner actually hammered the offseason, which I agree with. You cannot lose to all these contenders. And he even said it, like, they're not going to do it, which I believe it because they are Super Bowl contenders. You can't lose to the Bucs, man. You just can't. And they look great. I know they do. But if they lose to the Bucs, now we can start talking about what the fuck. All right, I get it. I understand it. But I'm not going to say that this loss means that the Lions are done, fire every coordinator, and trade everybody. I don't know. How do you feel about this, Caleb? This loss?
Yeah, I mean, the Lions got dominated tonight, but by no means is the sky falling, and no coordinator's job should be up in the air after this game. I mean, they just lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, a good Kansas City Chiefs team. I don't care that they're 2-3. That's a good football team. At Arrowhead, they're coming off a loss. They're in a must-win spot. And they lost.
They were the more desperate team.
It happens. This team wasn't going to go 15-2 like last year. They just lost against a good team on the road. And yeah, they looked bad. They got outplayed. But I mean, you're right. A Dan Campbell coach team. They're going to come next week in Monday Night Football, and I think they're going to go beat the Bucs. I mean, yeah, it sucks. You never want to lose, but I mean, like I said, you weren't going to go 15-2, and I mean, this is a game Boone, you said it. They were underdogs in this game. They weren't supposed to win this game. They didn't. They got outplayed, but I mean, I
understand, like Schiff he says, like, you don't go out there laying an egg on national TV. I agree with you, but guess what? They rarely do.
Do you know how many times they've looked like the best team ever?
They win on prime time. And this is coming, by the way, guys, understand the perspective that I'm coming from. After week 1, I was, John Morton stinks. Who is this guy? I'm the one being like, okay, maybe we shouldn't overreact. Coming from a guy who overreacted after week 1.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to give you a lifeline here. Okay. Because it's just how it goes during a season. It's a long season. Shit's going to happen like this. If it continues, I think where I'm at, boys, next Monday night, prime time, they shit the bed there. We can talk.
Exactly.
You know
how many times
we
this
can
has
talk.
happened? I mean, not really much these past 2 years because they've lost, 4 total times in the regular season. Do you know how many times that, they lose a game and the whole conversation after it's like the sky's falling to all these fans. And then next week they go win fucking 50 to 4 or whatever the final score is.
4. We'll take
4. Somehow the other two will get 4. And then everything's all good. And I have a Dan Campbell coach team. I think they're going to go next week on Monday Night Football. They're going to win that game and everything's going to be all good again. That's what's going to happen. But like you said, if they go out and lay an egg, there's some serious issues there. There's some serious issues. If they go out next week and lose at home at Monday Night Football, then we could start talking. But right now, just let Dan and Johnny Moe and Kelvin figure this thing out, and they're going to come out sharp on Monday night, and they're going to win next week. But guys, I'll say this: yes, they got dominated tonight. I mean, Boone, you said it. This is the first time that the Lions have got out toughed outside of the Packers game in Week 1. This is the first time they got out toughed in forever. It sucks to watch. They couldn't get. What their game plan wasn't great, and they got dominated.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
I want to check something. Now
I already looked. I couldn't find it.
What?
Next week's line?
No, I want to check. I want to check something. I want to see. Well, I don't want to say it because then it'll ruin. Actually, all right, I'll check.
What is that?
You guys go on. I got something for you guys. I think it'll be good. It'll be a good point to bring up because I keep seeing the same. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see. Super Bowl. All right. Who's the favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Bills.
The Bills just lost to the New England Patriots. All right. And the New England Patriots are a scrappy team. They're a good team. That, I would argue, is a worse loss than losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. I would argue that. All right. And I think the Packers are on here. They're 3rd. Packers lost to the Browns. Eagles are 5th. They lost to the Giants. Rams are on here. They just lost to the 49ers with Mac Jones. Like, I think when we talk about the Lions loss, do you want them to be contenders? Absolutely. But to say a loss to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid means that they are no longer contenders is, guys, we got to take a chill pill for a second. All right. If they don't beat the Bucs, I said this, Booner, if they don't beat the Bucs, we can talk then. Now we're talking, all right, they got to beat a contender. But let's not act like these contenders don't lose to worse teams. I mean, the Bills lost, like I said, the Patriots, dude. The Patriots. And they're favorites to win the Super Bowl still. And they lost to the Patriots. And the Patriots aren't bad.
The Packers are 3rd to win the Super Bowl, and they lost to the fucking Browns.
Yeah. I mean, your 2 losses are to the Packers and the Chiefs. I mean, what do we – this is still – I mean, they're top 5 right now to win the Super Bowl. This is still a top 5 football team.
I mean, I just don't understand. I look at Twitter, and it's like we just lost to the Giants at home. Like, guys, this was the Chiefs in Arrowhead. This is a must-win spot for them. You're gonna lose games like that. Yeah, you would have liked to see them go out and win, but I mean, come on, the Chiefs are a good team.
And I think next week I'm interested to see the line because you're back at home, which is going to be elite, and then you're versus.
I think they'll be 4.5 point favorites.
It's so interesting to me too. I want to look at today's.
And by the way, Mike says Jeff saying we need to take a chill pill as he's literally having a meltdown. Like, it's funny it's coming from me because I'm usually the one that isn't chill when moments like this. This is why I think I'm trying to help talk you guys, not all of you, but some of you off of a ledge, because I did this after Week 1. I'm not going back there yet. I'm not going back there yet. Is there play calls that John Moore wishes he had back? Absolutely. Calvin Shepard, same thing. It's just how it goes. Jared Goff throws he wishes he had back. Absolutely. Amon-Ra, he had a drop. Was that 4th down or 3rd down?
4th down.
4th down. Like, there's things that's just like, it's just part of football. They didn't play well today. If they lose to the Bucs next week, now we can talk. All right, because then they, like I said, they would have a loss to the Bucs, Chiefs, and Packers, which is like, all right, we got to beat some contenders. But yeah, I'm trying to talk some people. Mike, but I appreciate you though, Mike. I'm trying.
I'm interested to hear Dan Campbell's comment after a game like this because I feel like he'd be more so on the side of, hey, we just got outplayed. You just got outplayed. Like,
he's going to use it as probably motivation to play that Monday night game.
And what's the one thing about the Detroit Lions over the last 2 years? When was the last time the Lions won lost a back-to-back week?
I don't think. I mean,
years.
I mean,
the past 3 years.
I think it's been since last or
since the 8-2. What was the 1-6 start? Wasn't it?
Yeah. So they don't lose back-to-back games. So if you're a Lions fan, you should feel very confident that Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell. I've said it before. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NFL using situations to motivate for the next. You know what I mean? Like if you get blown out, okay, we're going to use this going forward. These are the kind of situations right here when you lose a game like this where Dan takes it and he turns it into a 4-game win streak. just like the Packers lost, and then you turn into a 4-game win streak, and then you get this loss, and then guess what? You play the Bucks, Vikings, Commanders, Eagles. Go turn it into another 4-game win streak. You know, like make that kind of move like that. I have to also see. By the way, Kansas City, they have that like a twirl thing. That
Yeah, I
walking,
think sweet.
it's insane. I've seen it all the time. It's insane.
I think this is a good point though by ETN. He says the Lions are in the same boat as teams like Philly, LA, and Green Bay, Washington. I don't know about. I think Washington were better than. But anyway, all those teams have yet to prove they are truly elite. I think the NFC is actually still kind of wide open. I know the Bucs are 5-1. I get it, but and the Bucs should be the number 1 team right now in the NFC based on how they're playing. But I think the NFC, it's still there's not a clear cut. I think Bucs are number 1, but it isn't like a clear cut. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think it's the Bucks, Eagles, and Lions. And
I think
even with
there's still these teams that are kind of like battling to see who's the clear favorite. And I think next Monday is going to be a good one for that reason as well. Like I think the AFC is a little more different. You got the Bills obviously in there, and other teams. But yeah, I think the Bucs game is going to tell us a lot, and it's going to answer a lot more questions that you guys are asking right now about them being frauds or whatever.
See you, Klotz.
See you later, Klotz. Shout out to Lucas. But yeah, the next week you'll have a lot more of those questions answered. They will. And ETN says Bucs aren't a powerhouse either. Baker's doing a lot of the heavy lifting out there. Yeah. And the Bucs are playing really good football. Baker's playing elite football. I mean, they are just, and their defense is stepping up too. But that one's at home. It's at Ford Field. And can we just, I'm sorry to bring this up again. We spent a little time on it. What was that, Brian Branch? What the hell was that?
You can't do that.
That's a fine
You can't do that.
No, it's not a fine. It's a suspension.
Yeah, you might get
serious?
suspended. You might be suspended.
Yeah, fine. You got hit.
If Brian is suspended for the Bucs game, I'm going to lose my shit.
I'm not saying it's like a guaranteed suspension.
I'm going to lose my shit.
There's a very good chance that you get suspended for that. It's a post-game altercation. That's a big.
If Brian Branch is suspended, I'm going to lose my shit.
Because you do got to think, as if you're the NFL, this is where it comes down to it. There has to be a moment if you just fine him and move on. Guess what that's going to do? That sets a precedent where other players can do that in the future. Oh, I'll just take a fine. No, you can't. You have to. And it sucks. And it's the thing like a Brian Branch. And I know like the Green Bay game last year, I disagreed with the call.
Yeah.
But you lose them for a whole game. And it does hurt, especially right now with your secondary.
With Kirby banged up right now. Kirby's banged up.
It just, you got to know, dude, just get off the field and go. If you don't want to shake hands, okay, why are you even in the middle of the field anyways? If you really don't want to, it's Patrick Mahomes too. If you don't want to shake his hand, if you don't want to shake Patrick Mahomes' hand, you probably don't want to shake, I don't know, Juju Smith-Schuster's hand.
Yeah.
Just get off the field if you're that mad about the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Go. What are you even on the field shaking hands for if you're that mad?
I agree. I think, why are you out there? I hate the fact that he didn't shake Mahomes' hand, but guess what? I'll live with it. Walk off the field then. Just get the hell off the field.
Why are you even out there for handshakes if you're that mad?
If you're not going to shake, just leave. Just get off the field, man.
That was the dumbest. It was might have been and I don't know what was said. You never know, but it looked like Mahomes was fine. And we're just like, you just want
he flexed on him earlier in the game.
Yeah, well, it happens. It's football. Things happen in the games. Don't care.
I hate that. Now it aged poorly.
That's football though. In the competitive sphere, you're out there flexing on people. You're out there talking. You're saying things that you might not mean.
That's not a Dan Campbell coach football team. That doesn't represent what he represents.
It's not a good look. And you could have that
have composure.
Absolutely.
You could have that
because guess what? Everyone's doing sellies when they win. When you lose, you got to face this. You got to go up to the Chiefs, shake their hand, be like, "Hey, good game."
And then this looks so bad. National television.
You can't handle a loss. I mean, what the hell, Brian? No one has problems doing sellies when you're winning. But when you lose, you don't want to shake Mahomes' hand.
It makes the team look bad.
It's a bad look.
You can't take a loss.
It's a bad look. I don't want to hear it. Leave. And Sam Flannel says, shout out Sam, by the way. He says there will be 100% be Lions fans defending Brian Branch actually after the game. Don't be a sore loser, dude. No one should be defending.
He was walking towards the locker room. Who cares?
No, we can't defend Brian.
Jay Hart,
you don't slap
Don't do it.
If you're walking and you just keep walking. If Juju says something, you keep walking.
Don't do it.
I don't care. He could have said anything in the world.
Don't
keep
defend
walking.
him. I just don't.
You just took a loss on the field. You go.
There shouldn't be anyone defending Brian Branch. That's undefensible. Indefensible. You can't do it.
If there's anyone that's trying to have any excuse for Brian Branch, that's insane.
You can't do it. You can't, man. You can't do it. You can't defend Brian Branch. There's nothing to defend there. It was a dumb. See, they're showing some of the penalties in this game. I mean, the Lions, you can't hit Pat Mahomes late. You can't. It's Mahomes, man.
It's just a narrative. Every single time, a roughing the passer, it's always going to be all the refs and Mahomes, whatever. It's a narrative.
I mean, it happened. literally.
Aiden Hutchinson shouldn't have hit him late.
This angle of it, it literally was they were kneeing the ball, and Brian Branch walked straight back towards Juju Smith. And obviously, Juju Smith looked like he was taunting him. Just go.
Yeah, it
Who
looked like
cares?
Branch
Just
walked right
walk
up to
away.
him. That clip that Booner's showing right now shows Brian walking pretty much
Right
straight
to
up
Juju
to
Smith. He wasn't walking to the locker room. He walked straight up to Juju Smith, and Juju was saying something. You remove yourself. You walk away. You go. You go the other way. Turn around. It's
local
insane.
WDIV is just at Tin Roof showing all these people just distraught. These Lions fans just at Tin Roof
The
talking
Lions
to
offense is at the top.
The beers are so big there.
Okay. Okay. All right. Stephen V, thank you for the $5. Says, I'm over Brian Branch. He's so talented, but the injuring his teammates, stupid penalties at bad times, and extracurricular B's is frankly not worth it. I mean, listen, you're still going to resign the guy if you can. You're not going to question that. He just has to be smarter, like in those moments. You know, the penalties are this year with Brian's been a little odd. He gets the personal fouls. That it's not a good look from Brian, and especially in a contract. Is he in a contract year? Maybe one more year? He's going to get paid soon.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it is, contract year or not, he's going to get paid soon. Can't do it. You can't do it, man. Especially Brian, you're one of the best players on defense. You got to set a better example. You got to, because if you're doing that shit, all the guys are looking at you, Brian. I mean, you can't do it. You're supposed to be. You got to set the tone there.
Dan's definitely not going to allow. You know.
Even Kelvin, Magic Kelvin, going up like talking to him after the game, dude. He's probably chewing his ass out. Like you can't do it.
I mean, if he gets suspended, that is because you might be out Kirby. Because Kirby's banged up, man.
He's dealing with so much right now.
like,
Dude.
See, this is where the team Patrick Mahomes on the fight at the end of the game. They can do all the extracurricular stuff they want to do, but we play the game between the whistles.
Like, yeah.
You want to be the team that is like, we're playing when the game's on the field, and then after we're good. You don't want to be the team that people look at and they're like, oh, they're the
Like you had 4
extracurricular
quarters
team.
to do that.
Yeah.
You had 4 quarters
That's-
to be physical, and you waited to punch him after the game was over.
Yeah,
Like what the hell, man?
that's where you.
What
don't
the
wanna
hell?
be.
You had time to do that. You had time to do that. It's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. The loss is what it is. It's tough. It is embarrassing, but that's embarrassing what Brian did after.
I
the game.
hope he doesn't get suspended. I mean, I'm going to lean towards the side that you're going into next week thinking you don't have.
Oh, Jesse said, Dan said sorry about what Branch did. He goes, that's not what we are about here, and he wasn't happy about it. That's what he said in his post game.
Okay.
Wish we could just play his post game.
Yeah.
If you
Dan Campbell on this loss, maybe we needed this. Maybe we needed to get kicked around a little bit because that's what happened. Exactly.
They got kicked
This
around,
is
dude.
all the people in the chat who are trying to blame refs and you just got kicked around. You got manhandled. That was it. And Dan knows it. And that's why I think Dan's one of the best coaches in the NFL, to where he uses this as like, okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Teddy says contract here. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was. Vincent says, I don't understand why Sailors wasn't on returns, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, they got to figure out the kick return. They're not getting anything. Like Dave Phipps got to figure that out. They're not getting anything on kick returns.
I mean,
punt returns, they're doing really good, but kick returns, they don't get shit.
And it seems like such a small thing, but you're going to play in games where it's going to be a field position battle.
Oh,
and
for sure.
When you can't, I mean, when your return game is that poor and you're starting every drive at the 20 or the 25 and you never get anything from your return game, that might hurt you. You know, when you play against, like I said, a game that's going to be won off of field position. And I mean, I think they should go out and get a specialist.
What do you say? You have the
for
quote.
kick returning.
Dan Campbell on Brian Branch said, I love Brian Branch, but that is not acceptable. That's not what we do here.
I mean, that's embarrassing. Like, you think about it from Dan's perspective. You're
Did go
coaching
to the
against one of the
Chiefs.
greatest coaches of all time. You're trying to set
Yeah.
a good example, and a player of yours does that
He
shit.
said he did go to the Chiefs and apologize to them.
Yeah, that's
Dan did or Branch?
Dan did.
I doubt Branch did. I mean, I bet, yeah, Dan probably did.
Looks like Juju Smith actually got hurt from it too. Just
Yeah,
walking
I
off
mean,
the
Bra-
field with a
yeah,
Yeah, I
towel
mean,
over
if
his
he
nose.
fucked up, I mean, Brian
He's
Branch is going to be suspended.
If he
That is
broke his nose,
unacceptable.
he could have. I mean, he's wearing a helmet. The helmet got completely turned. So
Yeah. Cody said they made the Chiefs punt once. His special teams was not the problem. We're
No,
not saying
no,
it
no,
was the
not-
problem.
yeah.
We're saying part. We're just talking different. Yeah, the defense today. I mean, you gave up 30 points.
defensively,
We're just talking about specifically special teams, like they don't get anything from kick returns. No one can argue that. They really don't. Punt returns, Khalif had a return for a touchdown, but they don't get any. Craig Reynolds, I love Craig. I think he's a good, like, he's good depth. He plays hard, but there's no way, dude. Craig probably runs like a 4.6 40. 4.7. I mean, that guy should not be returning kicks.
No,
He
that's what I'm
should
saying.
not.
So there are people around the league like special teams, and this was
He
my
just
point
can't.
earlier. And someone said, "Oh well, Sailors, whatever, he can kick return for a touchdown and get it." No, he can't. Like, you don't have the speed back there to even put yourself in a position to have a good return.
Right? They don't.
You're getting, like, you know what I mean? And it's, yeah, okay, maybe you can get 10, 15 yards. You're never going to have an opportunity to actually return for a touchdown because you don't have speed back there. You don't.
No, they don't.
And that's just what it is. They got to figure that out. And that's just it's such a minute part of this whole.
Yeah. So
thing
Branch
today.
has one more year left on his contract. He's supposed to get paid soon. I mean, like, yeah. That's tough. Brian does have some crash outs. I will say he does crash out sometimes, man. He does.
Yeah.
He crashes out. He's a pretty chill guy, but when they're in these games, he does crash out. And that's obviously not what Dan and Brad want to be able to do.
Yeah, that was like like Flannel said in the chat. That was like sore loser stuff. Like that's embarrassing. You just can't do that. You can't do that.
It's not like you guys. I can see if you're like winless on the season and shit builds up. You're 4-1. You dropped to 4-2 and you punch a guy in the face. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing?
Is this actually Kirby? Is this Kirby?
Yeah, it is.
This is Kirby?
Yeah. What?
I mean,
What?
Dude, what are you doing?
This is okay.
Bad president. Bad president.
They need to. Something's got to get figured out within the Lions organization on players with, like, listen. You can say whatever you want on social media. Kirby quote tweeting. Are we sure this is Kirby?
Yes, that is
It
Kirby.
is Kirby,
Joseph.
1,000%.
Kirby quote tweeting a picture of Patrick Mahomes kissing a referee.
The AI picture.
It's real, by the
Mahomes
way.
kissing a ref.
You shouldn't. We just lost. You just lost.
Or did you
Yeah.
see the?
Why-
Or did you
why-
see what Terrion posted before the
Yes.
game?
Why?
What'd he
But
say?
why right after a
Some
loss?
picture.
Why right after a loss are we on here quote tweeting that? Are we sure that's
That is
Kirby?
Kirby
That's
Joseph.
1,000% Kirby. Yeah, and then everyone's like, "Tell him, Curb. Talk to him, Curb." You can't.
What? I'm just. They got to get the
Kirby, I
interior.
love you,
This
Curb.
is stuff where it's just like, let's play football, man. And I'm not saying don't. Yeah, everyone can be on social, but it's just like, we just lost. You just lost to them, and now you're trying to blame the refs. We lost. You got beat.
Can you show that tweet on the stream?
Dominated.
Can you show that so people get a visual of what it looks like? What he actually
Got
said.
dominated on the road.
So yeah, here's the
Gotta
tweet.
be
Here's the
better.
tweet Kirby Joseph just quote tweeted. All right, so we're gonna put it on stream. Booner's about to show it, so you guys can see it because people are asking, what did he say? Here, he quote tweeted a tweet that was blaming the referees essentially, and we'll show it so you guys.
This
can
is
see
the tweet.
It's just a bad. Yeah, there's the tweet right there. Like, it's a bad precedent to set. I mean, I mean, come on, man.
What are we doing here? Like,
Nah,
you just lost a game. And I love Kirby. I love Kirby. You just lost a football game.
And even though he might not be like you, okay, you're not like team captain. I don't know if Kirby. I don't think he is, but you're still one of the best players in the locker room. Like, that's still the people are still looking at you. And this is what. Think about it. If he's tweeting that, what do you think they're talking about in the locker room?
Oh,
Like, what do you think they're talking about in the locker room? They're probably talking about all the referees and bullshit. I mean, guys, like, you didn't lose because of the referees, dude. You lost because you got kicked around by a team that wanted it more than you did. Bottom line. That's what happened. Like, it's not about the referees. And trust me, last year against Dallas, we talked about the
he quote
referees.
tweeted another one. And then he quote tweeted another one. And then he quote tweeted another one. And then he quote tweeted another one.
Dude, what are we doing?
And then he quote tweeted another one. And he quote tweeted another one. And he retweeted another one. And another one. And another. This isn't Kirby.
Yes, it is. That is
Dude,
Kirby
yeah,
Joseph.
it is. It's Kirby.
And another one. And another one. And another one.
And streams only. Like, he
One,
says, y'all
two,
cry about the refs
three,
just as
4,
much.
5, 6, 7.
There's times
8,
to say there is
9,
times
10,
that you can look at
11,
calls
12.
and say these are bad calls. The refs were not good today. That's fine. What we're saying is today's not that game. It's just not. I'm not saying blaming the referee. I'm not saying referees don't make mistakes. They do. This game, though, you can't use it. You can't use it today. You can't. That's what we're saying. Not that the referees are perfect or they never make mistakes. Of course they make mistakes. This game, you can't say it. You can't.
If people are going to point at like that roughing the passer call would get called on every single quarterback in the NFL.
Dude, it was a bad
and
late.
there,
It was three. He was like
and
four
there was,
steps
and look,
after.
Yeah.
there are a lot of times with Patrick Mahomes that the refs favor him. That happens, but it didn't happen today. If you want to point at that pass interference on who was it on Travis Kelce on that third down, that was pass interference. If that was on Sam Laporta and they didn't call pass interference, you'd be saying, why didn't they call
Why didn't they call pass interference?
It wasn't the ref's fault today, guys. I mean, the Lions just got outplayed. And if it was the refs, trust me, I would be the first one to bitch about it. Trust me. But it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, even Sam Flannel, the biggest Hutch defender ever. It was the most obvious roughing the passer call ever, penalty ever.
Yeah.
It's just like we gotta.
Why is Kirby out here quote tweeting all this stuff?
Because
And why are people out here tweeting?
Because he's upset. They lost. I get it. They're looking for a reason. It's sometimes, not saying that it's hard to immediately jump to accountability and say, you know what? It was on us. We lost. That's the reason why we lost. It's because of us. Sometimes people look for a reason why things happen. It was just you. You didn't show up today. Okay? Not specifically Kirby, but the whole defense, offense, everything. You didn't show up today. That's why you lost. Okay? The refs didn't make Aiden hit Mahomes when the ball was out for 3 seconds. Okay, that was not the refs didn't make him do that. He did that. I think Aiden would even admit that. Like, yeah, I hit him late. All right.
Ted East said that Kirby Joseph took the tweet down. So maybe one of the let's check right now.
PR is probably like, hey, Kirb.
Yeah, hey, let's stop,
Let's
man.
not do that.
Did he? Well, he had 12 of them up.
I mean, there's
He has 12 of them.
Yeah, he does. So he took one of what, 9? But yeah.
No,
No,
it's
he
still
didn't
up.
delete it.
It's still
Yeah,
up.
it's still up. He didn't take him down. He didn't take it down.
And then Jeff, I'll show you. This is what Terrion tweeted before the game. When number one, he's not even playing, so he's writing a check that for the Lions that they couldn't cash when he wasn't even playing. Like, what are we doing?
Picture of Dan
let
Campbell
us tweet that.
People
let
listening,
other places
Caleb,
tweet that.
explain. You got to explain. People listening. Terry Arnold tweeted out a picture of Dan Campbell looking over Patrick Mahomes' shoulder
Yeah, basically, like
yesterday.
it's like insinuating what he
I
And
could.
think
it
that's
got-
the Undertaker.
This is the Undertaker. Yeah,
3 million,
3 million
impressions
views.
or views and 43,000
Tweeted
Like,
it
you
out
don't think
this
the Chiefs
morning.
players see that shit, dude? Like dude, they're using that shit as fuel. Honestly, I actually agree with what Dan said. Because Dan, we just read the quote. He said maybe we needed this, a little wake-up call, because they just got pushed around today. I think based on what we're seeing, maybe they did need this, honestly. Maybe they were getting a little too, what do you call it? Maybe just use cocky, but what's it? Big for their britches. I'm whipping that. I'm using that one. A little
Sure.
too big for their britches.
Yeah.
Okay, based on how they're handling this loss, honestly. Maybe they did need this. Maybe they did need this. Because they're going to get woken up real quick. Now you're, what, 4-2?
You're 4-2.
You got a tough game against Tampa, and then you get the bye week. And then you get complacent. Thank you, Nate, for that. Shout out to Nate, by the way. Complacent is actually a better word. They got complacent. And they got a tough stretch of games coming up. So lock in.
I just hate the fact that I guess social, dude. Like, you can post whatever you want. I just hate the fact that these players are out here just like blatantly trying to blame and be like the refs. Win the football game. It's gonna happen. You're on the road versus the Chiefs. Okay, you know it's gonna happen. If it happens, it happens. Find a way to win. You know what I mean? In the Super Bowl, if you're going up against the Chiefs, are you just gonna lose a Super Bowl just because you're like, oh, the refs? No, you're gonna find a way to overcome it.
Oh, you're talking about, are you talking about like the Eagles did? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, it's just ridiculous to me that like
Or the Jags just
on
did last
social
week?
media
Is that
we're
what
out
you're
here
talking
putting this stuff up. We just lost a game 40 minutes ago, and this stuff is going up, and that's the first thing you think. Oh, let's go do that. I'm out on that. I'm out.
Wait, are you talking about how the Chargers?
Don't say anything. Move on. Lock in. Let's go beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Is Jared Goff tweeting and quote tweeting?
No, I think Jared's actually, he's probably the one guy I don't even worry about.
Any
He's
of the
probably like, we
captains
didn't even
is
show up
Amon-Ra,
today.
is Sewell,
I wonder if
is
Anna-
Anzo,
I wonder if
is
Saint has tweeted.
Yeah,
Has Saint
no.
tweeted? Let me go check.
He
Has
would
Saint
be the
tweeted?
last guy to say some shit like
I
that.
You know-
and I
what
get
it-
some guys have different personalities. Some people are more out there, more socially. You different. I get that, and that's fine. But we just took a loss on national television, whether it was the ref's fault or not, whether national media people are putting out there the red ref uniforms or not. Don't play into it. Move on. Get ready for Tampa and lock in.
You know what those captains are going to say
There's
tomorrow when they interview them?
man.
Amon-Ra, Goff, Anzo, Hutch, Sewell. You know what they're going to say tomorrow when they get interviewed, or even tonight? They're going to say, yeah, we got outplayed. They're not going to say, oh, yeah, the refs fucked us. Like, that's just, and I guarantee in that locker room, Dan's gonna say something, and probably the captains to,
For sure. I don't worry about the captains. Those guys are all like you said, they're all going to take accountability for that. I don't think that's like, I can't imagine Anzo or Panay or Jared or Amon-Ra being like, yeah, we lost because of referees, or we lost because of some other bullshit reason. Like, they lost because they were outplayed today. They were the worst team.
The Chiefs had 0 penalties today. That's ridiculous on the refs' part. 100%. You can't tell me they didn't.
Well, they had the one on Chris, but they declined it.
But,
so
but you can't tell me though they didn't commit anything throughout the day, right? Like that might be an NFL record. But either way, don't use it as an excuse and go try and win a football game. And then when you lose, and after you're going to complain about, leave that to the fans, leave that to the media. What are we like? Lock in, focus on next. I mean, it bothers me a little bit. Maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it should be a little.
Yeah, know. It's part of the. I mean, this is the NFL, man. Like, things like this are going to happen. You're going to have adversity within a game, whether that's calls or not. Listen, you can speak on why the Chiefs didn't get more calls. Here's the thing though. If you're going to say that, you got to give me examples. Give me the play. What should have been called, when, where, how? Because you can't just say they should have had more penalties without giving an actual play where there was a penalty. Because that just sounds lazy. That's just like, well, they should have more. They should have more calls on the Chiefs. Well, what? What play? Tell me, please. When? At what point of the game was there a penalty that wasn't called? I would love to know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I know for a fact the Lions, the penalties they committed, at least the ones we're talking about, were legit. Those are penalties on the Lions. But you can't just say, well, I see one penalty or 0 penalties. There's got to be more in a game, without saying what was missed. I think that's just they're trying to take the easy way out. And I got confidence in this team to bounce back next Monday. I do. I think they're going to play much better. Hopefully, Brian. I know Brian might get suspended, which freaking sucks. I mean, that's tough. You're going to need him in that game against the Bucs. You're going to need him. You're going to need him, and hopefully he doesn't get suspended. We'll see what happens. Kirby's already banged up. You don't have DJ Reed. Terran Arnold might play. You're in a tough spot. Travis Clark said the Chiefs had a better game plan to beat us, or better plan to beat us, plain and simple. There's no reason, no excuses. On to the next one. There you go, Travis. I mean, they just had a better game plan. They got outplayed today, out-coached, out-executed, out-efforted. I don't know if that's a word. Can we be one?
It could be one. It could be one tonight, definitely.
Okay, out-efforted. Efforted did.
Yep.
Yeah, I said that. That's what happened. All right? So I don't know what to tell you. They shit the bed. All right? They shit the bed today. And it happens. Yeah, I mean, let me see. The keys to wisdom. Chiefs have beaten us twice in one day. Won the game and then beat our asses after the game. Well, okay. Technically, Brian did take it. Technically, did Brian. If we're being like a little...
Brian Branch won after the game.
If we're just messing around here, just jokes here. Brian did take that. He did. He landed the
Technically, he beat the shit out of Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, he did.
Technically.
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
But if we're speaking in facts, he did get him. He did get him. It is what it is. Shift God, this is not the 2000s Ravens. Scary of a secondary. Jay Hart said Skip Bayless said Brian Branch won't be suspended. Well, then he won't be suspended.
Yeah, okay.
If Skip Bayless
said it, then we're good. Brian Branch is fine.
Skip's got it, man. He knows.
If Skip said it, then you're probably right. You're probably right then. If Skip Bayless
I'm gonna go through this week thinking that Branch is suspended, just to be like.
Well, we'll probably know tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll come out with it tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, I don't know when they come down with.
And if it's not tomorrow, I'm assuming it's a no.
Yeah, they announce it pretty quick.
This is the full quote from Dan Campbell on the Brian Branch situation. He said, "I love Brian Branch, but what he did was inexcusable. It's not going to be accepted here. It's not what we do. It's not what we're about. I apologize to Coach Andy Reid and the Chiefs and Schuster. That's not okay. That's not what we do here, and it's not going to be okay. He knows it. Our team knows it. That's not what we do. That's the full.
Is this true?
The full quote.
Is this? And by the way, two things. One, JMO Season responded to this tweet. I don't know if this is true, but this is the comment. Not the first time either. The kid has over 130,000 in fines in his career.
Well, a lot of them were from like
Hits,
hits.
and stuff, which I can't. You can't.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I don't know. Like Branch hasn't had like that. When has
just
he had
had
something like that? I mean, he had when he flipped off the Green Bay crowd, but like, has he had any other?
really just personal fouls this year, which were not great. But I think this is how the NFL handles things. It's kind of like he's not on the level, but typically league to league, it's the same kind of way they handle things. Certain guys, for example, if that was, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like DJ Reed does that, they probably look at it a little different. I think when guys have a reputation, you're looked at a little differently. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like if Isaiah Stewart does something on the Pistons,
yes,
they're probably looking at Isaiah Stewart going, it's probably either A, worse punishment, or B, they're certain he's getting punished. I think other players, it's just how it works. Reputation does matter. And the fact that Brian's already been suspended, right? I think for that Packers game, I think he was suspended that game, was he? I don't know. Regardless, he's gotten these personal fouls or fines or gotten in trouble like this. It's probably going to matter a little bit more. Okay? It just happens. He's got a little bit of reputation. So they're probably going to view him a little differently. Just preparing you guys. So be ready for that. But hey, maybe we needed that grill out, the crunch time grill out today. I mean, maybe we needed just some steaks and some brats to get prepared for whatever the fuck we just witnessed. All right. And we will be live tomorrow, 8 p.m. So come hang out with the fellas. Then I'll be live tomorrow. Well, it's about to be today. It's almost midnight at 9 a.m. So come hang out. We'll break down the game. We'll have updates. Obviously, stuff will come out tomorrow. So subscribe, hit the like button, come hang out, and we will catch you guys 9 a.m. and then 8 p.m. here on Crunch Time Sports. Jeff Iafrate, Booner, Caleb Czarnik.
Love you guys.
You guys have a great rest of your night.